I won't lie, there were times in the relationship I did doubt it. Hi guys, what's up? My name is Adria. Welcome to Don't Be a Sad Panda. On this channel, I not only have fun with messing up my hair, telling some funny period horror stories, but I also showing my journey with my relationship. My relationship is what brought a lot of you guys to my channel. It's been over 6 years now since I posted my video of meeting my long distance boyfriend Brandon face to face, who is now my soon-to-be husband, which feels so weird to even say the word husband because it's not a word that I typically use, but it's a nice word. I like it. You guys have been here for a lot of the ups and downs of Brandon and I's relationship. Have we had a lot of downs? I don't know, but I think a long-distance relationship could be classified as a down. It doesn't always suck. It doesn't have to suck, but we're gonna talk about what sucks about long distance and how to deal with it. I met Brandon on Instagram back in 2013. After long distance dating for about 6 months, I flew to Florida to meet him face to face. There were times I would visit him, but for the most part, our relationship existed mostly over Skype. Not too long after that, I made the decision to move to Florida to be with him, to kind of close that distance and see how well we truly work as a couple. I have to say because I'm moving to Florida. And I soon realized that he was very easy for me to get along with. It was weird because we started talking in a really weird era of social media where like Instagram DMs didn't exist yet. He didn't have an iPhone, so everything was like Kik Messenger and Skype. So now, and for the past year, I don't know how much I've talked about this, but Brandon travels for work. So he is really gone a lot of the time, and when he's told people like, oh, I travel for work, they're like, oh, so do you go like 1 week on, 1 week off? He's like, no, it's every single week I'm out of town. Your girl must hate that. That must be really hard. I think for me, with having a significant other that travels a lot, I think my big thing was I didn't want to be overly clingy about it. I didn't want to guilt trip him into quitting because I know that it's already hard enough on him. I know it's not an ideal situation. I definitely didn't want to play into like the stereotype of an overly attached girlfriend. You need to be with me all the time. I try not to be overly clingy because as a child I was a little bit too attached to my mom. I think a lot of people think about the trust issue side of that. Oh, you don't worry about him cheating. It's weird that that's not even a thing that crosses my mind. In fact, it's something that I literally only just thought about because of the purpose of making this video. Long distance is not for everybody, but I think that the people it does work for are the people that have such a strong connection to each other that they're able to be far apart from each other. This sounds so corny, but it's like I can still feel that connection to him. We can literally sense when the other person is like about to call us. Picked up my phone and looked at it and then it started ringing. You just sort of feel it. I'm not a psychic, I don't know. So often I've heard stories of people that really liked somebody, but it didn't work because they became long distance. It's almost like portrayed in movies and shows as like a deal breaker. I watched Degrassi. It's often seen as this roadblock that often ends things. For Brandon and I, it's almost been what has built us, and it's something that's kind of familiar to us. Something that was really hard for me initially with the long distance thing was trying to picture our future. It wasn't even necessarily like, can I picture us together? It was like, where do I picture us together? Either I'm gonna be there or he's gonna be here, and someone's gonna be without their whole family. It's one of those hard to swallow pills because you don't really get to have everything. It is a very give and take scenario. I moved to Florida for 5 years and Brandon's like, well, now it's my turn, so I'm gonna move up with you. You have to have two people that are willing to give and take. And I think it's probably one of the hardest aspects of it is trying to navigate that and then we bring in the feeling of guilt. It almost seems like no matter what, one person is going to feel guilty in the relationship. When I lived in Florida, Brandon expressed to me his feeling of guilt. I feel like I'm keeping you from your family. Being the person in that situation, I think I would handle it better now, because I don't think I realized that me expressing my homesickness and my sadness about not being at home, I didn't realize how guilty that could make him feel. I knew it wouldn't make him happy, and but I don't think I really realized that feeling until he moved here. I heard him express feelings of homesickness and whatever, and I'm just like, I get it now. Maybe some of the things I said, I shouldn't have phrased them the way I did. It was almost like I had this complex that I had to hate Florida because it wasn't my home. I can't wait to move away from here and never come back. I now realize that what I said probably could have really hurt him. Yeah, guilt is a terrible feeling, and also knowing how to express the feeling of missing things without guilting the other person. When Brandon's away for work, I really try to avoid being like, I really miss you. I want them to know I miss them, but I also don't want them to feel bad about being away. I think another thing that's been hard for me is the feeling of not having my feet firmly planted in the ground. What I mean by that is uncertainty about the future. My apartment right now looks very like nobody really lives in it. I think my internal struggle with that is I don't know where I'm going to live years down the road. I don't know if life will take me back to Florida. I don't know where I'm going. I try to think about if Brandon were just born and raised in Pennsylvania, would I still feel this feeling of like, I don't know where life's gonna take me? Or would I feel like, yep, I can buy all the heavy, expensive furniture I want because I'm gonna be here forever? I think I feel this apprehension to settle down. I don't want to get all this nice furniture and all these nice things and decorate this place and then have to just dismantle it all and get rid of it. Oh my gosh. I mean, I could go on about the loneliness factor of it. I think there's just times you just really just need a hug and you really just wish they were there, and there's like nothing you can do about it. It feels weird for me to claim the label of it being long distance, but in a sense it is, because he isn't here a lot of the time. It does kind of take me back to like 2013 of him being in Florida, me being up here. I am kind of proud of myself in a way for not being so fazed by it as much as I think that other people might be. But I think for me, it's more just like, you do what you have to do or you want to do, and I'll just make my life work around that. But something that you really have to let go of in long distance is jealousy. I used to just be jealous of random strangers that got to interact with him, his family, and just people around him that just were there. And you also can't feel jealousy in the sense that you think that they'll cheat on you. If there's any sort of feeling like that, I feel like that would just destroy it. If it was something that even crossed my mind, it definitely would be non-negotiable. Like, I can't deal with this. Or, if he was accusing me of cheating on him, that would be something I couldn't deal with. People ask for my advice on that. I just think for us, it's such a non-issue. I think we both just know each other's personalities so well. Like, just the fact that, like, I mean, I hate to say that, like, we're antisocial and we don't really have friends, but I'm just such a homebodied person, and that's also how Brandon is as well. I can't really speak for Brandon, but I just feel such a deep connection to him that I can't even picture myself with anyone else. And I feel kind of teary-eyed, but like he's even said to me, like, I honestly can't picture myself with anybody else. For a wrong relationship, long distance will seem like a deal breaker, but I think that for the right relationship, it will just seem like part of the package. Having to travel and being away from family for holidays and worrying about, like, where am I gonna live? These sorts of things. It just feels like part of the package of what I got with Brandon, not baggage. It just feels like part of him. And I can't even say that I wish it was different, because I don't know any different with him and I never will. Any obstacle is just going to feel, yeah, let's do this. Like, let's figure this out together. While things get hard with having distance at times, it's so crazy how the right person can make something hard feel easy. Because, there's people around me that don't get it. If I was here with my family on Christmas without Brandon, they'd be like, Brandon didn't come. We get that the other one isn't always going to be here. I think I just miss him right now. That's why I wanted to like make this video, but I can't lie, it does suck sometimes when I just wish he was here. But you know, some of the good things about it is that we are always so happy to see each other. We still get that feeling of like missing each other. And I think it is important for in any healthy relationship for you to miss that other person even just a little bit. When you spend too much time with someone, you can be sick of them. And I was just saying to Brandon on the phone not too long ago, I started thinking about, you know, people in a similar situation to us that would like feel the need to cheat because there's like this void that they feel the need to fill. Did I just say they feel the need to fill? I don't feel like there's something missing, even though Brandon might physically be missing from me right now. There isn't a void in my heart. One time I got this comment from a girl like, oh, Brandon was on my Snapchat asking me for nudes or whatever. If that would have been about a boyfriend I had had in the past, I would have probably freaked out about that. But because I'm in a healthy, stable relationship, I just laughed at that. I know him front to back, up, down. When I see things about other girls going through their boyfriend's phone or like boyfriends constantly asking their girl where she is, we just don't have that problem. And I think that's one of the ways that has made our situation more easy to cope with. Something that was hard about being in a long distance relationship back before Brandon and I ever moved in together was people already doubting it before it had really even had a chance to exist. So that's one of those things that's just gonna have to stand the test of time because it was very quick for my family to flip that switch from doubt to okay, they like each other. That was something that was hard for me, and you know, people thinking that he was a fake person and vice versa. His family thought I was fake. It was this whole like having to prove your relationship to your family, which is like... So ways of coping with it. Every week when Brandon is about to leave for work, we'll give each other kisses like for the whole week. It's kind of corny, it's kind of dumb, but I mean it does kind of make me feel in a sense like we're not missing anything. All right, we're all caught up, we're good. Another thing that I do is I always pack in his suitcase like something of mine. It's usually like cute little things, little plushies or like stickers that I have. And I feel like we also live in a day and age where you see more people in long distance relationships because we do have, you know, FaceTime, and in a way we do feel more connected with people that are far away. You don't have to send notes on a carrier pigeon. People that are truly in love and meant for each other will make it work. I won't lie, there were times in the relationship I did doubt it just solely for the reason that the distance just adds something to it. I think that it can be a deal breaker, but it doesn't have to be. I think that's my best advice, is that when it's meant to be, it will be. The reason I'm making this now is because our distance is closing again because Brandon is taking a new job and I won't be such a lonely little sad panda anymore. I think I just reassured myself that it wasn't permanent. You struggle with this feeling of like, when is this going to be over? I wasn't going to go to bed at night without him forever. I think seeing people make it work is so encouraging, and I've gotten messages from you guys like, oh my gosh, you've encouraged me in my long distance relationship. There need to be voices of people expressing that it can work. Thank you guys for watching today. This was just a bit of a conversation. You know, if you have anything to add to the conversation, whether you have experience in an LDR or not, I would love to hear any thoughts you guys have. I will see you guys again real soon. I post every Monday and Friday, so check back here on those days. Yeah. Yeah. It's the end of the video. Nice. All right, panda hugs. Love you guys. Bye.